Good evening and welcome to another epic episode of More Than Just Motoring, brought to you by Racing for Change. We would like to thank this week's sponsor for having us. For more info about this week's sponsor, please keep watching. Hope you enjoy the show with us.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of More Than Just Motoring, brought to you by Racing for Change. And tonight, as you can see, if you don't know, now you know, we're at the Asian Garage out in Lansdowne. Okay, in the middle of Lansdowne, out in all the stuff. We're in Witten. So this evening, ladies and gentlemen, there's a big rally happening this weekend. It's a national, and we're out there at the Asian Garage and with Trevor and Dane to find out a little bit more about what's happening at the nationals. We kind of have an idea what happens at a regional event, how it works, but it means that what I understand is that there's a lot of guys coming from Namibia and from South Africa. Is that correct? Yeah. Cool. So there's a lot of guys. So that's basically, it's a national. It's Friday, Saturday, and
just the Friday, Saturday.
Just Friday and Saturday event. But before we get into that whole conversation, we just want to say well done to the winners of Red Bull Shiamo. And obviously, the Age Day that happened over the weekend as well was a rainy day for Age Day, but it was an awesome turnout for the guys at Honda Day. Some awesome cars, awesome people. The vibe was like, despite the rain, it was really awesome to see that the brand is such a strong brand out there, and the people follow. Some awesome cars there, the racing as well, and show and sign, and so much more activities that happened on Age Day. So well done to the organizers, and obviously Bradley and Imad. Well done to you guys. The awesome event you guys had over the weekend. So I have Trevor and I have Dane with me this evening. Good evening, gentlemen. How are you guys?
Evening, and
Well, you say
What's the form? What gaan
yeah, it's cold. Maybe the engine carry the home.
Carry the warmth. Trevor, it's nationals this weekend. I've spoken to Dane. He said there's a lot of prep work that's happened. It's going to happen. It's still happening for this weekend coming. From your side, what is a national rally event all about? The people that don't know what's national and what's regional, just a little bit of input of how that works.
Well, I think on a national, obviously, on a regional, it would normally just run on a Saturday, and generally we have 6 events, 3 stages run twice.
Okay.
And we normally have like 2 spectator points. So basically, 3 of the stages they'll be able to stay in the same place, and the next 3 stages. When it comes to a national, obviously we have all the guys coming down from, let's say, Windhoek, Joburg, Durban, PE, and they all come down. And basically what we do is actually, the Friday is an event for the nationals, and the Saturday is another event for the nationals. Likewise with the regionals. So we make it actually 2 events. As I said, 39 entries.
Yes.
We might have some late entries, hoping to make 40 odd. But at the moment, 39 entries, which is flipping tops, because
really
I mean,
awesome,
this is their first national. Basically now, and this is our second regional event. Well, it will be the second and third, and for them it will be their first and second event.
Okay.
So obviously the nationals, they run about 6 events through the year. Likewise on the regionals, we run 6 events. So I mean that's the big difference. It runs over 2 days, where the regional will just run the Saturday.
Okay. So you see, there's a Friday stunt and a Saturday. So do you drive Friday and Saturday, or is it guys that drives only Friday and only Saturday?
So what we have actually opted, because obviously with the business is busy, so we opt only to ride the Saturday event. A lot of the guys, most of the guys have opted to run. So there are some guys that are doing only one that's doing just the Friday. And then I think there was about 5 of us that's only doing the Saturday, and obviously the rest is doing both days. So you can opt to do both days. Obviously there's the expense issue and the time issue and stuff like that. So between us running a business, my Navi's obviously also in their business. So basically we just opted to rather do the Saturday.
So with the event happening on, like you say, you can either drive the Friday or the Saturday.
Or both.
Or both. So if you drive both, do you accumulate obviously it's points that you get to generate?
You obviously lose out on the points if you're not doing both.
Okay. Well, if you don't,
you must obviously then get to finish both days, because remember you're going to do the Friday, and make sure that you
finish the Friday and start.
Finish the Friday, save the car, and you have enough to finish the Saturday, because it's 200 and odd Ks both days.
As far driving, and it's obviously it's called the Swartland Rally.
King Price Rally.
King Price. We is Swartland because it's
so
unfair.
The Friday, well, Swartland's a big area, but obviously the Fridays we're running the Ribika Steel area. We're starting at the FAF. The new engine 1 stop on the N7. It starts there 12:30. And then basically they get flagged off from there. They run down to Rippie Castile, where they obviously run most of the stages in the Rippie Castile, Malmesbury area.
Yeah.
The Saturday they get flagged off Saturday early morning at Toyota in Malmesbury. They get flagged off there the Saturday morning, and we run. So both the Friday we run 6 stages. What we've done, we've made cluster rallies. So back in the day, you drive for almost 1,000 k's going to spectate the national rally. What we've done is we've made it actually easier, because they know that they cost as heavy as fuel, as cars, as maintenance.
Correct.
So what we've done is actually made it easier. So basically, likewise, it's a picture from the Friday to the Saturday. We run 2 stages into service. Spectator points or at a certain point. Then we run the next 2 stages, the same stages we run in we basically run over again.
Okay.
Then the second, the last set of stages, we run another 2 stages, and the spectators move to another point. So they only actually move to 2 points on the Friday and the Saturday.
Okay,
obviously,
awesome.
Friday's Malmesbury, Friday's Riebeek, Saturday's the Malmesbury.
Yeah, and if you look at Malmesbury and look at the distance from Cape Town to Malmesbury, it's not that really far.
No.
But it's also how far the GP guys are into the farms as well.
All close to the main road. So basically, we always
okay.
try to make it spectator friendly, so that the oak with his lowered car, with his slow suspension, he can still transverse the gravel road to the spectator point without worry. So don't worry, guys, you can go there.
So they
Just
are
put
so
it on a higher setting.
They are so cool, guys. That even cater for the guys with the lower cars out there as well. So if you have a lower car, you want to come join, look at watch the rally, pull through. It's no car friendly.
There's no entry.
And
No entry fee, no cover charge.
Yeah.
So that's cool. That's now all the logistics of the rally that's going to happen over the weekend and stuff like that, from your accommodations and where the rallies have been set up, and from the 2 stages as well. The preparation, is the preparation the same for the nationals as for a regional, for you guys?
Well, prep, I'll give Dano the opportunity there, but prep is, look here, you prep from a rally to a rally, but when it comes to national or regional, your prep is ultimately the same. I think it's just the cost factor. So especially if you run 2 days, your cost is basically doubled up.
Correct.
I mean, you look at entry fees,
Fuel.
work out, your entry fees works out to 3,000 alone, and you got fuel for 2 days.
Tires.
So you're running like you're running 400, just over 400 mileage wise. Then you're racing fuel. I mean, you look at the expense of racing fuel, it's crazy. Then you got tires.
Yeah.
So expenses work. I mean, expenses do add up when you're doing 2 days. So it comes to your advantage of only doing 1 day.
Yeah.
Because it's actually 2 days events. I think the prep is ultimately the same. It's just based on the amount of space you're going to carry.
Correct.
It's going to be very wet out there and muddy. So basically on rally cars, because especially with mud, your spinning wheels, which is especially if your front wheel drives, the 4-wheel drives will obviously have the advantage in the mud, but for front wheel drive spinning, obviously when you're spinning, the mud is spinning out of the front wheels, but your back wheels is just tagging along. So basically we have what we call, it's basically a little L bracket with the same type of material that we use for mud flaps. It's a mud scraper. So it actually scrapes the inside of the wheels. It scrapes the mud out, because you'll be surprised how heavy a back of a car can get with mud.
With all the mud accumulating onto the other car.
I mean, prep is very much the same for each event.
Okay.
It's just that obviously you're going to have to carry some more space, because you're running from 1 day into the next. Lucky we are close to home, so basically we could finish, if we were doing both days, for those guys that are doing both days, they'll finish the Friday, bring the car back to the workshop or wherever, or home, and then get the car cleaned and then prep it for the next day. Obviously you're going to have to push late.
Once again, it's a costing as well. So obviously you have to travel all the way from Malmesbury to town to do all the stuff, and back again is the same thing. So then from your side, you look at the cars and you prep the cars. Is there anything specific that you look, especially when, you've been doing a lot of rallies, you've known, okay, that's the issue on my car, on Trevor's car. Do you make sure that certain component on the car is, I got spares of that, or there is proper care taken to that specific component?
100%. Like talk about the last time we were out here about and what rallying is about. With the national, there are about more things before we go into what we check and prep for the cars. Like we have the C track, which is car track, which is for our safety also, and also for them to track us on the national events.
Yeah.
It's a must have. That must be with permanent supply to it. So we got to make sure that the electronics is correct in the car, and that is for when they so C track or car track is when they add the tracker to the vehicle.
Yes.
And that's for, like to say, if we don't go off course, or otherwise for our safety also. If something happens to us while we're out there,
Or it's a
they
valve.
can live track us. So that tracker
doesn't
must be
give it-
live
doesn't
at
give it
all
valve.
times.
So
So
we slide off the road.
Okay.
those things must be in place on the cars as well. And then, like you say, exactly that. Everything we go through these cars with a fine tooth comb. When it comes to free play on suspension, when it comes to suspension settings, and like we spoke about different forms of racing, but
Yeah.
we go through it with a fine tooth comb. Like we don't change an event just because it's now a national. That we look at the cars differently. Whether it's regional or national, we always make sure that try and make our cars as best as possible and also as safe as possible at all times. Because we've always, the only thing that rally drivers know about is a throttle pedal and it's through the firewall. Never mind against the firewall. The firewall doesn't stop you. There's reinforcement on the firewall as well.
Okay.
We don't know anything else. And yeah, so literally myself and Trevor were having a chat now about tires, about what we're going to do with tires for the event. And yeah, so like we say, cost and things on rally and what it goes through and what we need to do to prep. No shortcuts.
But with the guys, where you guys competing and stuff like that, and this is what other trick question I want to ask you guys is those. There's different classes when it comes to rallying. You have a non-turbo car. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, as an entry-level type of rally car with all the safety equipment and stuff like that goes in there. Is it different classes for different CCs, different power, or got to do with your tires, or how does it work? Because if somebody was out there was looking at it and he's find it interesting to take part with partake in the rally, and he's got something that he wants to build, but doesn't have something like these two vehicles behind us, but he's got something like entry-level vehicle. Can he compete in then what class would he compete?
Well, basically, I mean, if you look at it, our classes start from 1300 up,
Wow.
which is WC2 vehicles. Was it WC2, WC1,
WC6 and
yeah. Well, WC6 is our
1300 now.
1300, yeah. So
That's
basically, you
the
start from so our classes have changed now from WC, what it used to be as WC. So we obviously WC3, so we in the 2-liter class, and then obviously get the WC. Then it comes lower down to WC2. WC, obviously the WC was the
lower the number goes, the better the car.
Yeah.
So if we go WC,
If you say better the car, in which way is better? Faster or
so CC wise
equipment-wise?
and as well equipment wise, yeah. So we don't get classed anymore. Before they used to be, but like we're saying, rallies, it's a growing sport again.
Yeah.
We went from 20 entries or 25 entries. We gone up to like now this event 39 entries,
That's awesome.
which is
That's awesome.
insane. And we've been trying to grow the sport along with a lot of guys is busy with it. So they have changed classes also to try and make it a bit easier. So the classing the cars to make it more competitive as well within the classes. Yeah. So we've got up to 6. So now I stand on the correction from WC1 to WC6.
That's awesome.
WC1 would be
Arrows, 4-wheel drives.
there we go.
Okay.
And they will run all-wheel drive. Then you get
Plus
a
turbo,
WC2. Yeah, that will run the turbo because WC2 will be rear-wheel drive. Yeah.
BMWs like your
They were running that. Yeah.
2.5s, 3
6
liters.
cylinders.
Yeah,
So that's really cool because if you're somebody that wants to come check it out, you obviously you first gonna check out what this rally is all about, and you say, okay, cool, I've got a E36 BM at home, put in a cage, or even not even at E36. Let's go with it. Toyota Taz. You can go from 1300, 1600 to 1800, whatever. Obviously, your budget is for the vehicle and how much you want to spend on the vehicle. But there is obviously no money less spent on safety. So obviously cage must be in the car. Is it really necessary to go out when you build something and entry level to have these expensive shocks and whatever goes into the car? Does it help the car in a sense, or is it just an extra?
I think it
At the beginning stage.
You can go. I mean, if I look at when I started with the golf over there, I mean, it's 30 years old there. I mean, I started.
Oh, the one that then rolled.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that you know.
There we go. I just need to mention that.
Yeah. So, but you can go. I mean, if I look at, I started off with which we call Ian Glass shocks.
Yeah,
those guys
remember
have no
him.
shocks. They will know Ian Glass. So
Yes.
he built us basically purpose-built shocks. Basically, we Graphtech Engineering made us the coilover section and the cups.
Yes.
And he welded it onto the shocks, and he made us adjustable shocks, basically to make it. And then we brought the spring to the weight of the car, and you made us rally shocks. So there are cheaper ways to
There we
go,
go.
and then we moved to Bilsteins.
Yes.
Ultimately, back in the day, Bilsteins was like the shock to have. which the car still got gold steins on now. Obviously, basically the likes of Proflex and Rigers, and which
The game
Rigers
changed
is
a
the
lot.
top,
Yeah.
And we obviously have Mark Sachs that's now around, and he's building a shop. So obviously, my Polo's got Mark Sachs. Dane is lucky that he's got Proflex. Sorry, Rigers. Sorry, Rigers.
Watch it.
Rigers. Sorry, Rigers. Yeah. So I mean, it depends. It depends how much money you want to put
100%.
in. But you can start at basic, come out and rally, put a basic shock in, have Ian Glass make you up a set of rally shocks. You don't need to. It depends how much budget you got.
Exactly.
Ultimately, the important thing is that you obviously
safety.
strengthen your suspension. You've got your roll cage, your safety. You've got your seats in there. You got your belts. Obviously, there's a year. Your belts is 5 years. Obviously, you get an expiry date and it's +5. So obviously, there are the various safety. You have to have your racing suit, your shoes, obviously your gloves. So there are various safety stuff. If you're rallying, as I always say, when you come rallying, make sure you got the open checkbook. We don't have checkbooks anymore, but
And they got the card. They got a swiper now.
Yeah, so you basically.
That's
you need it's like it will go ching 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 all the time.
But you know, but I mean, and that goes for every other sport as well. If you don't circuit racing, for argument's sake, whatever genre of motorsport you're into, you know, and you are a true enthusiast in the motorsport and what you want to do, and you choose whatever you choose, you're going to make sure that, you know, first of all, your safety is right. You got a good car, blah blah blah, all the other stuff. But in the day, any motorsport that we do nowadays, it costs us money, and it's also where we want to end up. We want to push ourselves to where we want to be, or we are. If we stagnated in a period where I'm cool where we are at I mean, that's cool for you. But each driver out there, in motorsport, he will always try to beat, either win his class. Okay, cool. I've got this this block tick now. I need to go to the next box as well. Ladies and gentlemen, we're coming live to you from the Asian Garage out in Witten. And thank you. We have Ibrahim, Joseph, Aristo, Daniels is on there. Ari, how are you, brother? We got Ash and Christopher that are also all watching as well. Thank you guys for tuning in. Really appreciate it. If you got any questions to ask these two gentlemen, and we've got some more guests sitting on the other side as well. They will come join us shortly about rally. Feel free to do so. Drop us a comment. Ask them any questions you need to about rally, because we're doing the national rally this weekend, the King Prize Swartland Rally 2026. Out in the Swartland area, Malmesbury side as well. So if you have any questions, pull through, get it through, ask them. They will be here for the next hour. So ask them whatever you need to do to ask them. So with the event happening out there as well, and is that you guys' first national?
Trevor's an OG already in this
Oh,
event.
sorry.
I'm the rookie. I'm the one that just comes from everywhere. I rode the car in spectacular fashion. No one saw it. That's how spectacular it was. I did have a damage car to groove it. Well, fixed almost. But yeah, like, no, my first event. So excited. My first national. Yeah, let me correct myself. First national. Excited for it. Like Trevor said, we're doing the one day. We must work also, unfortunately. Our boss don't give us off during the weekend.
Unfortunately.
We don't give each other off. Yeah, we have to work hard. So
we must take him out for supper, just, you know, just stand his arm maybe or something.
No,
you know?
I must lock him here, then he must let me go. Yeah.
Oh, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. I'd rather leave you here. He's going to do the two.
Nah, he won't. So we don't leave each other alone. So anyway, so yeah, I'm excited. First national.
That's
gone waste for it.
And the amount of interest that you guys have for these the national, I mean, 39 drivers, it's a really good number. If you think of a rally is a sport where there's not a lot of focus, I would say, on people. There's not about a lot of talk about rallying. You'll hear about this and hear about that motorsport happening. But I think rally is also a sport that's very, I wouldn't say unknown. They know about it. I mean, if you look at WRC, they only see it on the TV, but they don't experience it when you're there in between the crowds. I mean, my first rally that I got invited to was JP Damso invited me to do something up. I can't remember where it was, as far Malmesbury. Was it like a 2-day drive? I think so, yeah. We got there. I got into the car with this dude, and I promised myself I will never ever go in anybody's car with rally again, because, and no disrespect to the guys here, I let the brains in. Yo, this guy's drive like there's no tomorrow. It scared me because it's unknown to me. But if you stand on the side and you watch and you actually see the amount of skill that goes into actually driving this vehicle into gravel. I mean, I'm watching this guy in the car. There's no time where this bra's wheel is straight and he's playing with the steering wheel and we're going straight. Now, obviously, as the navigator seat, you sit a little bit lower. You can't hardly see. And he's playing with it. and there was a what do you call it, a 90, right? Whatever the case may be. And he says there's a 90 because this thing in the ears, he's talking to me, and he says, turn right. As I'm not trying to look at him like, there's a tree, and he's not tapping off or anything, and just a gear off. That's what I can remember, I think. And a pull of the e-brake, I was doing like, there's no boom. And the car literally did the 90 and we went there and like,
just flick it.
Yeah, okay, that was good. I couldn't wait till we get to the pits again because I was done. But it's not for everybody. As a passenger, if you're an enthusiast, like to see how the guys actually handle these cars on gravel, I've learned so much just being that one day. You know those little, I call it fins on the tire. If you go sideways, that's actually how this, it taught me, is how you slow the car sideways when you're in a sideways position. So I'm like, I thought it was just aesthetic because I see it on the wheel. I didn't know what it's all about. He told me what it was. I'm like, okay, so now you can come in to handle it and pull up the e-brake, go sideways, and the car will slow down, but still pull you away from out of the corner. And that was insane because it's a skill set that we have in every genre of motorsport, being circuit racing, spinning, drifting, karting. It's a skill set that you guys acquire over the years. Yeah. And when you start young, you obviously learn more of the situation you're in, and obviously what would you do next time if something do happen, like you're doing with the golf video road and stuff. You never do it again. I just need to mention that.
All you do it to get the next I'm joking. You got to learn along the way.
So for me, when I hear the guys speak of running, it's very interesting for me because it's a point where is that, yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. So for the viewers out there that don't understand it, it's the best option, Tevi, is come through, come see what it's all about, come see the drivers. And the cool part is you can literally stand there when the guys come into the pits and they start working on the cars, making sure the cars are ready for the next stunt as well. It's an awesome experience, you know, to see the guys hands-on with the car. You've got the pit crew happening there, the guys are all set up and everything, and they just basically go to spend on the work. Okay, that is long. But the quiet part is, ladies and gentlemen, die driver kom uit. Hy weet jy aan sy karry. Hy ander broers al hulle maak die karry. Obviously, that is it's a team that you guys have. So you guys also have a team.
Service crew team.
Okay, service crew. Sorry for my terminology is wrong. So there's a service crew. So they know before you come in, you radio and say, look here, we have X amount of damage on left side or whatever the car. They know, look here, they're gonna go to sort this out within the specific time as well. Yeah. So with your crew, obviously, it's also the guys that's not always being mentioned. That also does the whole. You guys got the awesome job being a driver and navigator. The other person standing there and waiting for work, and you guys give them work in the car.
We said the unsung heroes.
They are the unsung heroes. And if you look at CFC, when they get, especially I love it when they work under a time frame where the car needs to be done in a certain time, and this guys go spinners everything into it, and they get it. And see when the car pulls out within these 2-3 seconds left, and everybody gets a high five for you to go out, not to lose time as well. Right. Because if you go up, get a penalty, if you have a 15 minutes to fix your car and you go 16 minutes, do you get penalized for that minute?
10 seconds for every minute. Yeah. So for every minute you
get 10 seconds, you get 10 seconds penalized on your time.
Yeah, per minute.
Yeah. I see it.
Yeah.
Because any time sport, my understanding is it's difficult to make up even 2 seconds. You have 10 seconds to make up if something goes down.
Then you got to stay out of your own head once leaving the service car. Do not try and go make up at 10 seconds within that minute.
Yeah, so don't go balls to the hole and you just put it in the hole. Yeah. It's a
All
mind game. Yeah.
Crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, we're speaking to Trevor and to Dane. They will be competing in the national rally happening over the weekend. And we also have some other guests as well. Ade Shakir is watching and Larry Brown as well. Thank you guys for watching and tuning in as well. Dane, can we get one of the other guys into the chat from their side as well?
We'll invite everybody else to have a chat. Thanks so much for the time, everyone. Awesome. I'll say again. Thank you, sir.
No, you stay here. You stay here. See, if they come in, I can ask the right questions because I might lead him down the road to buy us a tight or something. But for me, you stay. You're the guy that happens here. We can even another guy that transfer. We can sit that transfer. We can another one. Okay. Do you have two? First time. That's fighting here. We chat about the rally and see. I'm speaking to
Tyler Croy.
That name I heard. And you are? Jaden Hendricks. Cool, guys. So I believe it's your first time, jump to you, is that first time you're going to be a navigator on gravel. You did the tar rally, as gravel? Is it? It's not the same apparently.
Apparently.
Did you do any I would say prep work for the rally in a sense as a navigator,
Yes,
or you're gonna do it on the rally
no,
itself?
we can't. I don't think it's possible to do it on the day.
Okay, but there is a little bit of I would say knowledge of between the different two surfaces.
Yes,
Cool. From your side, you driving,
Yes,
and what are you driving, sir?
I'm driving a Toyota Corolla RXi
Kan
20
ik
valve.
verkeerd, kan niet hier, dat is jou te paas. Mike Nathan's on Seeking Gate tonight at 8 with more info about the ECB South African Rally Championship. Okay, cool. So now Mike Nathan is on Seeking Gate as well, also well known. But he used a rally driver.
Yes.
I think
Mike was
I
a rally
met him
driver, yeah.
when he did Gymkhana and stuff like that back in the day.
Started
Okay.
with Gymkhana and then into
Yeah.
rallying.
Cool. Sorry to cut you there, my brother.
No
I
problem.
when I heard Toyota Corolla 20 valve and Toyota's bar, so yeah, I was like, cool. It's just like, so how long have you been doing this?
So rallying
Yes,
at its
like-
own,
yes.
or
Motorsport in general.
so when we started motorsport, I started at the age of 9. I did go-karting.
Awesome.
So
If you say go-karting, is that on in the series like at the Killarney International?
at Killarney,
Yes.
I raced for Sacra for I think about 3 years
Awesome.
as a works driver.
Awesome.
Okay, we call it that.
Yeah.
And then after that, we went privateer.
Okay.
Um,
If you say privateer is basically where you're on your own, basically.
Yeah,
your
we-
own car, your own mechanic, and you go down.
where dad sorts everything out.
You ride all the chicks.
Okay. Okay, well done, Dad.
So then we went for another 4 years. At the age of 17, I stopped. A year later,
How was the sorry to cut you? How was the experience as a youngster getting into your teenager into the karting? Obviously, it's very competitive series karting as well. So how did you find the transition from as a youngster in the sport growing into it?
I mean, with karting, you have to grow up not very quickly, but you have to get to terms like you in control of this car.
Yeah.
So you need to make sure you keep yourself on the road. You know
Yes.
what I mean? So you learn control of the car and everything. You get to feel from your behind. You
Yes.
get to feel everything that the car does. Obviously, having to learn the ways of how to control it, when to control it. So yeah, I mean, you learn a lot from if riding a bicycle
Yes.
and going to a go-kart. There's a lot of differences.
100%. And the transition for me that I feel, and I see this with my daughter, is also, so she didn't do karting on the Dingas, it was more of the Gymkhana section where she drove karting in the Gymkhana, is that it taught her, okay, from my side, as I always said, smooth is always fast, and
Exactly.
don't overdrive a kart, and she did really well. From your side, then, obviously where you are now, as a karter, can I call it karter? Is it karter?
Yeah.
Something like that. Is that your seat time that you gained within the kart obviously put you a little bit of on a front foot getting into a rally car or even in a circuit car.
So
Is
Sorry.
it true? Is it true?
it is true.
Okay.
It is true. Circuit. Most of the karters go to the circuit
Yes.
because I mean you are on tour. So
Yes. Did you go to circuit or did you stay on
no,
the-
we went straight to rallying.
Okay.
Because
okay.
rallying has been since I was a bean. I've
So,
been in rallying.
so your dad, was he in rally?
He was in rallying.
Okay, so obviously following the footsteps, and that's where the family is currently in the rally, and you're
Yes.
straight from karting into rally.
Yes.
Okay, awesome.
So with rallying, with the question that you asked,
Yeah.
with karting, I would say, okay, I don't know what Uncle Trevor. Uncle Trevor has been in the sport for longer than I've been alive. But anyway, with karting,
No, you can't do that. No, that's wrong. That's wrong.
but it is. With karting, you learn a lot. Okay, so the handling of the car, where the grip levels lie, where to trust in your tires, where to trust in your line. With the gravel, everything goes the other way
Yeah, it
because
was,
the tires does grip, but it's not as grippy as what it is on the top.
100%.
So you have to control the car more. You have to be, what's it? Is it proactive?
Yes,
So you have to think, okay, there's a corner coming up. You have to think, okay, the car's going to step this way, it's going to step that way. You need to be proactive in that way.
for the situation.
Yeah. So, I mean, go-karting does help you in, I would say, all of it,
Yes.
basically, because you get to feel everything.
Correct.
Like I said earlier on, you get to feel everything from your behind. Whatever way the car's moving, you will get to feel it in the.
What's that? 447 Croy rally team is in the house. grocery money. Ek weet nie wat hy apa hulle dan.
Sê maar.
Say about this grocery money. So how long have you been doing rally now? Since your age now? You are now?
I'm 23.
So from the age of 18, 17, you're in the car.
From actually, yes, 18, 19.
Okay.
18, 19.
So you're doing enough plus minus 2-3 years.
Yes.
Okay. And any awesome achievements that you've gained within that years?
Well, with my dad, I think it was 2022 with the Clubdale National.
Yeah.
With the national we had in Clubdale, or the Overberg National,
Yes.
I should say. We also only did one day, the Saturday, and then me and my dad managed to get first in class.
Awesome.
So that was one of my
What
achievements.
was your dad driving?
My dad was driving.
That's why. Yeah.
And then another one of my achievements was with me driving. Me and my middle brother.
Yeah.
We got third in class with me driving.
Awesome.
So
Well done,
I
well
mean,
done, well done.
there's some achievements.
And the cool part is like, as I won't even call you a newbie. You've been in the with your dad, and obviously you've been in scene rally.
Yeah.
As a driver, you know the accolades. You know, it's something that is very hard to come by as young, because we all want to win. I mean, as a seasoned driver, see, that's why you must say seasoned driver, not as young as old, but seasoned driver, as clever. You know, it also come to a point where it's I would say yes, he wants to win, but it's also the passion that he has for the sport itself. Because at the end of the day, is that whatever sport we do, it's always a passion that we do. What we have to do a sport, and like for argument's sake, Trevor will enter a rally or whatever the case may be, but he will go there and to observe who is up, to see who's the new guys. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. It's not that time of the day, guys. It's Dane again. Oh no, it's not Dane. Okay, we're not going to mention names. I thought it was Dane. Sorry, guys, but it's not that type of party, guys. It's not that type of party. With Trevor being there, he's seasoned he knows his way around when it comes to rally and the sport as well. Is also to give back to the youngsters out there. And Trevor, is that happening within the sport where guys can come to the rally? They knew they want to rally. They did a couple of rallies, but they still feel like they need more guidance. Do they come to you and ask, or to any other driver?
Well, so you'll find a lot of the new guys and newbies will come obviously to myself, just obviously to ask us questions about particular things on the rally, especially when it comes to timing.
Yes.
So myself and Ian will always be the navy. I think the main thing is, especially with the navies, look here, most of it. I mean, the navies is obviously it's a lot of the timing, how the timing works.
Yes.
When to clock in, when to obviously how do you calculate your time to the start. So if they get that wrong, they get penalties.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
And penalties obviously put you down in the
Correct.
in where you're gonna end up. So it's very important. So they will come to Ian, ask, okay, Ian, when do I clock in? How do I calculate my times? So that is the important thing.
Yeah.
When a navigator's out there on the day, there's a lot of things that you're thrown at and stuff like that. So we always there to lend a hand, especially at the beginning. We also have sessions like with the altar. We have Kez, my vice. He runs a special, basically a training session before the altar rally. Because on the altar rally, you have a lot of the guys that are doing track.
Yes.
And they don't actually have a navigator. So now they got navigators that must sit for them with the altar rally, which is also coming up now the next month or two. So
awesome.
You will then have a training thing where he basically teaches the navigators when to clock in, because if you're clocking in at a wrong time, you're actually getting penalties. So you might be doing well, but the penalties are actually knocking you down.
And that is
so
also
we're always
something-
there to assist the guys and the drivers.
Okay.
Basically will come to us, what do we do on these type of turns and stuff? How do you Scandinavian flick, those type of things? What tire pressures do you run? I mean, tire pressures is important thing because you can beat your car up and you can be slipping and sliding all over the place.
Yeah.
And your tire pressures is still hard.
100%.
Yeah.
So from your side as the navigator, so you'll be your first. That is your navigator.
That is my navigator.
So for you as a driver, your trust. I mean, same for you as a Tevis, that your trust that you have in your navigator, reading out the notes. How trustful do you need to be to trust that bruh telling you, look here, daarvoor is a turn 90, whatever the case may be. How much do you trust that Navi on his notes?
You need to trust your navigator 110%.
Okay.
Reason being is the left coming up in front and you believe it's not a left. If you end up going right, you end up going the wrong way.
Yes.
So you need to trust your navigator to like every single word that he says. and you have to just know that what you're saying is what's true, what's happening, where you're going.
Yeah. So, okay. For how long have you been doing this navigating?
This is actually only my second.
Second year. Awesome. Also,
No,
and
not
obviously,
year, second event.
second event. The first one was
Last year also. So he's going from tar to gravel.
okay. That's obviously it's a big step for you. But I mean, with the all you have to concentrate is that the driving part is nothing to do with you. That's all them.
Yeah.
So for you is that as soon as you read your notes to him, as for me personally, it's like what I'm thinking is exactly like on tar and then as just your notes that's different. Is the notes different from a tar grader or in a gravel? Because from my understanding is a note is a note. The driving the conditions, it's up to him to drive on your notes. Am I right?
Okay, the notes very much just to add in there. So the
Yes.
notes is obviously different from the all-tar to the normal rally.
Yeah.
Go off-road. So on basically the all-tar, we have what you call pictorial notes. So pictorial notes is still a building, drawing a building here, and you gain in between building
Okay.
and cutting. Pace, obviously on the rally we use, which is pace notes, which most of the guys know if you watch WRC.
Yes.
The pace notes, just the legend is different. The way we make our turns at like
Okay,
this is
okay.
12 o'clock, 1 o'clock.
Yes.
Ours is a bit different, but ultimately pace notes is basically very much what you see on the WRC.
Yes.
The guys talking crest,
Jump.
you know,
That's
jump,
different, yeah,
those
yeah.
type of things. So what you see on WRC is very much what we have in our pace notes.
Awesome.
As I say, on the all-tar rally, they run pictorial notes.
Yes.
Very different. Yeah.
Okay. So with that instead is that obviously as you go through the notes from your side and telling your driver what's happening and stuff like that, it's like, for me as understanding is that you as Navi will feel the difference of how the car will react on the gravel than on tar, but your notes and the way you give your notes to him is the same thing for you. Is it or not?
I feel like it's a bit quicker, and you need to be more.
Tar wise.
No, if you're on a gravel,
Yes.
like going from reading the notes for the old tar,
Yeah.
going to the gravel is completely different.
Okay.
And things come up way quicker.
Okay.
For me, I mean, the pitch is obviously going to be easier.
Yes.
Any day is going to be easier, but with the gravel is completely different.
Yeah.
So you need to be on your deliverance when you need to be on your deliverance, and you also need to be on time.
Yes, but obviously you guys, how long have you guys been at your second event as a Dangasa? So you guys are not long together as a partnership when we're doing so. But obviously, for argument's sake, he makes a slight mistake in the note, but you see it's slightly wrong. Do you, as a driver, correct it? How quick is it to correct it if he makes a slight mistake in the notes?
So I was a navigator before, so
Okay.
I will know. Normally what you will do is if you do make a mistake like in the same line, because they're all like there's notes in
Yes,
separate
correct.
lines on the page.
Correct.
So if you make a mistake in the same line, you just go back to the the front of the line, you read it again, and you see, okay, that's where we were lost. That's where we need to go next.
Okay.
So if your navigator can do that within a split second to do that,
To rectify it now.
to rectify, then we can still be on the same page.
Okay, I got you.
But as a driver, you have to read the road yourself.
Yeah. So when you do the notes and stuff like that, you both do the notes together?
So sorry.
Yes.
So he will go over the notes, as in marking them,
Yes.
dangers,
Yes.
cautions.
Okay.
But we will both watch the video together.
Yes.
So there will be
Okay.
like a video showing like, okay, this is the route.
So before that, sorry to cut you, before that, there was actually, I don't know if this was happening, sir. I mean, back in the day, there was actually a vehicle where you actually drive the route.
Call it the
Recce
recce.
round.
Correct?
Okay.
There we go. So that in the driver and the thing is together, so you can kind of get the feel of the surface,
Yeah.
first of all, and obviously see where are the danger points and what to do and stuff like
Yes.
that, blah, 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 blah. But now you have a video. So obviously seeing it and being on the road itself is a different feeling.
It is.
And now you get into your car, now you drive within a
Fine. Is the gate closed?
The gate is closed.
I think we are back on.
Okay.
Let's just check quickly. Just waiting for it to load up. Here we go. 1, 2. Here we go. And we're back. We do apologize, ladies and gentlemen. We had a little bit glitch. Something Dane did. I don't know what he did. We had to blame somebody, so we blame Dane for that as well. But we're back. We are having a conversation about rally that's happening this weekend, the Swartland rally. We at the Agent Garage out in Witten. We're speaking to Trevor and some other of our guests as well. And we have Daddy Van Roy that's watching, Uncle Sopas, Kevin John Burgers is watching as well, Gerard Summers. Kevin John Burgers, how's it? Is he probably one of the guys that driving?
Who's that?
John, what is his name? Kevin John Burgers.
No.
Okay, how's the guy? I thought you were driving Kevin to the door. Sorry about that. Rule.
Basically, we're talking about the pace notes.
Yes.
Obviously, the difference on events.
Yeah. So, like I said, and Dane mentioned as well, is that regional and national is.
So sorry guys, I'm in the background, but on a regional, we do the videos like Tyler was chatting about. On the nationals, we do like in the WRC where you get the day or we get a time period, we can do the recce.
Yes.
And the recce is where you can go in any vehicle, you basically drive the course, you make your own pace notes.
Okay.
So you take the notes that's given to you and you make amendments to the notes for you as a driver.
Awesome. Awesome. I think that's really cool because I wouldn't say it is the right way. Kevin, you can help me. Is that for arguments they give you a seat where they think it is. You as a driver and as you as well, it might be a little bit different for you to read where you can adjust it to satisfy and accommodate you as a driver.
Yeah, so the difference on the national rally obviously is where we actually do recce runs. So basically we go out on the stage at, let's say, a speed of 80 with a standard car.
Yeah.
You then take your notes and you adjust it basically to your pace and how you would cut your corners. So generally, like with myself and my navigator Ian, when it comes to ones and twos, he doesn't call ones and twos. For that, it's straight, basically straight. We only call threes and up because ultimately your ones and twos, you cutting the corners and you just making as straight as the ruler. And then the difference on the regional rally, we don't have the luxury of time and to basically arrange the farmers early. We already start early, and we don't have necessarily the luxury of going out early on the run. So basically on a regional, likewise with the national, although you can go out and we actually have a video of a car covering that stage at about 80, 90 Ks. You then watch that video from start to finish the stage, and then you basically take your notes and you sit there with it very much like you'd be driving. It's just that you're now actually watching the video.
Yes.
And you do adjustments to the corners like you would.
Yes.
Obviously, doing the actual recce has got the advantage because you're also not doing rally pace, you're also doing 80. But you're physically driving on the road and you can see, so that is the difference. The nice thing is that we obviously run a stage twice. So generally, when we do it the first time, we basically getting to a pace that we feel comfortable. Obviously, the second time around, because you've already driven a stage, you now given balls.
Now you can, because you're driving the stage basically twice. But as a driver doing it on 80, and you guys are going flat out in 50, whatever it is, it's not 100. It's not 80 anymore. It's now 180 you guys down there.
Yeah, no, you pain balls. I mean, and I get up to 6. I mean, I get up to 6K flatter. Obviously, our cars is a bit governed depending on what class you are. I mean, if you look at the 2 liters, we're pushing around about 185 down the straight.
Yeah.
So
and then you must pedal.
You must pedal, especially if you come up to a corner where you may be going a bit fast. You're gonna have to really Scandinavian flick it down to slow it down. You're gonna have to flick the car, get it down to slow it down, and then obviously use your handbrake into the corners. That gets scary at times. But you know your car.
100%. Yeah. And the driver. But with all that said, is that experience also comes in, and obviously with you is that the experience is like, for argument's sake, you've been in it 2 or 3 years now, and getting into a situation like that is also a skill set that you've earned and learned over the years. Obviously, the drivers speak. Look here, we had an insurance. I did this X, Y, Z, whatever the case would be. You weren't in that situation yet, but in the back of your mind, you're hearing the guys speak about that situation, and you need to apply you as a driver to get through the whatever happens.
Yeah. So like generally at rallies, I mean, that's what rally drivers talk about. Like you get them maybe at the service park and oh, we just had a oopsie with the gatepost, or we just missed the gatepost, or whatever the case might be.
I mean,
Jump into the road. Jump into the road.
that gatepost was standing there for years, and it's like it's jumping in your way.
So then you hear them say like, okay, no, we downshifted, or we grabbed the handbrake, or we
Yeah.
brake a little too late, whatever.
Yes,
then
yes,
you
yes.
try and apply it in your head like, okay, so he did that here.
Yes.
Let's try maybe to do something else compared to what he did, and not end up in the gatepost.
100%. So these I think, and hopefully both of you can correct me, is that it's called cattle something.
Cattle grid.
Okay, explain to me that, because a lot of I've heard guys said that why is he laughing?
Ask him. You have to ask him.
No, he must.
We took one out last year.
I've seen and read and heard about this cattle besigheidder. What is exactly?
Well, cattle grids is something. A cattle grid will always come up as a double caution on your notes, or sometimes
Okay.
it might be a triple caution.
Mm.
So, I mean, if any of you have been out to farms and you know a cattle grid, it's basically a grid laying in a cement structure. And the thing is that you a rally car, you're coming up at pace. It's basically got concrete or wire on the side.
Yes.
So when you're coming through there, depends, some cattle grids are a double cattle grid, some are single and they're very narrow. So when you're coming up to there, especially if it's narrow, it's a caution. You also have the thing that the unknown that the cattle grid can hop up, which has happened to some of the guys where it hops up, basically it hooks the suspension. It can cause quite a lot of damage.
Okay.
Ask Ishmael Davids, it happened to him where basically it jumped up and he hit over it and it actually ripped the suspension, the subframe steel, broke the turbo pipe, and, the oil feed pipe, and obviously it ran a bearing knock on the engine
And the engine is gone.
on a brand new
Okay.
on his Yaris.
Yes.
So yeah, but when you get the cattle grid and a navigator calls it, I'm always very cautious. I love my
Same.
flares,
Same.
my fenders. Yeah, I don't want it to get damaged.
So if you say cautious, what do you do?
You basically you're gonna have to slow the car down. You're gonna have to
Okay.
get down.
Okay.
You're gonna have to take it cautiously. You're gonna still keep your speed, but when you get to the cattle grid, you're gonna definitely slow down. Make sure
Caution.
you get over the cattle grid
And then
safely,
get
because
over
some
that.
of them are very narrow. So you can't have the car sideways. The car can only go through there straight.
Yeah.
And that
Because
is
they
obviously
don't
a steel type of thing. If you're going on speed and you have a jump or anything, put the car off of its line, it can go offline.
Well, you can hit this. So
The
sometimes
sides.
they have wire and they have steel or they have concrete. And if you hit the side, you're gonna take a wheel off.
And obviously that just means coming to you and obviously coming to fix your car or get your car or leave you there until the rally is done.
That is out. You are. You take a wheel off where you are.
Then you
Take
got
it
it.
out. Yeah.
You say bye-bye. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we're out at the Asian Garage out in Witten. We're chatting about the Swartland rally happening this weekend. As you've heard, there is either you do a Friday rally or Saturday, or you basically can do both. So we're speaking to the gentlemen here and finding out a little bit more about the rally and what it's all about. Very, very informative. Stuff that I didn't know. Young guys, seasoned guys, seasoned guys, giving the input in the field of what they do and in the art of what they do as well. It's a very technical sport. If you go deeper into it, because of pace notes, the navigators is not a one-man team. You have a navigator, you have a driver. The navigator reads notes where the driver needs to adhere to or where you go to, all those stuff, and it takes a lot of time and a effort and obviously concentration to do these stuff. So we also want to say to Rowan Benjamin, well done, thank you for watching, and Johan Stein, thank you for tuning in as well. And we do apologize for earlier on, we had a little bit setback on our internet. Dane did something, he put something off, so we'll just have to blame him, Dane as well. So guys, we have a little bit of, I'm going to give another 10 minutes to the show. Anything that you guys want to let the viewers know about rally in general, not just about the nationals. We all know the nationals is something to look forward to, because you have regionals and you always aspire to do a nationals event within a motorsport, if I could say that, because regionals is all the brassa. We know each other. Nationals is when we have other brassa coming into our town and to try to take us out. So, and we need to have ourselves out. Ons kapies, ons staan samen, like ons ry saam, ons gaat weer saam as well. So any motivation, I would say, advice to people out there that know anything about rally, that wants to be part of rally, or just to come watch as a spectator, and just a little bit of fantastic.
Can Dane say something just quickly? But you don't see Dane image. All I'm going to say is in the background, people can hear my voices. The biggest thing is motorsport, you always look for that mad, that wow effect, right? So you look for a guy to flip a car 3 times, or crazy flip.
We have that guy. We have that guy. His name is Dane.
Yeah, it's a crazy flip a vehicle, or you have a guy roll a car. If you want to see a car hit air, I mean, we just say hit air,
Yes.
hit the jump or jump, like some people say, and that car shoulder height. So you standing with the camera, and that car is the same height as the camera. Come out to rally, come and look at it. You see guys jump fences. You get it wrong, like you navigate the towards the left and use the right, and it might be a straight, and you jump over a fence. You clear the farmer's fence, didn't damage it. So yeah, so I'm in the background, but it's an insane sport. We guys, we drive in adrenaline, so we do insane things. Obviously, we don't want to lose, so we're racing time, we're racing ourselves, and we're racing the seasoned guys out there also. That's the OGs. So I mean,
there we go.
So
We speak to the OGs. Remember, we speak to the OGs.
100%.
Here we go.
Yeah. So I'm learning from that guy all the time. We make adjustments.
That's awesome.
On our
And
course,
the cool part with being in that situation that you are is that there is always a guidance of somebody that has been in the industry for some time, and the knowledge that they acquired over the years, there's no money can pay for that. And for you to be just surrounding that person or team, being part of it and accepting that knowledge. Sometimes you might not take it because you think you're better than the game. It's like, I've got this, bro. You don't need to tell me. But that's whatever it is. But it's also very, very awesome to have that type of people around you in the sport that is growing to an extent where it's becoming, look here, everybody's talking about it, everybody loves it. Because we need the OGs for our youngsters. It's in the industry now, as we said here, to show this is how we do it. You have to, there's a certain way of doing it and to become professional in the sport. So what I also feel lack of is that in all the sport, we need to also have that professionalism in what we do as a driver, as a navigator, in sport. And we and this is also one thing that we don't get taught. Trevor didn't get taught. You didn't get taught how to be a driver or whatever. It's self-taught.
Hopefully in Indiana.
Okay, I just want to stop the brasa. And once again, if you just mentioned that what you said, if you look at the industry that we are in, and I'm going to name drop a couple of names, but Ahmed Och, John Brussels, there's many more to come. These guys are excelling in what they do. Ahmed in drag racing and circuit racing, Western Province Championship, I think twice in a row. John Brussels, we all know, he's been in the industry in drag racing for so many years. Hy was ook 'n naughty boy. Hy was ook stout geweest. A guy like Stan Mars, I think very prominent papa. Hy's net so stout, Stan. You can later on, you can call me later, but sy weet daarvan ons praat. But to have that personalities out there, and we all learn from him. We were all naughty. I'm sure your dad, he won't tell you that, but back in the day, we can say that later on as well. He was also one of the guys that does it, but it reached because we didn't have that opportunity to go to schools, to go to people where they say, no, you must drive like this, you must drive. It's self-taught. And for me, that self-taught is such an awesome feeling, because it's a generational thing, because whatever Trevor learned over the years will go back to Dane, and whatever comes into the team again, Dane will give that again. Trevor will stand back and say, okay, cool, here we go. I've done my job. I've done this. I decide to be a pit manager or a chief crew. That I'll do. These guys will be running the team and driving the team as well.
Yeah.
So with that being said, Trevor, from your side, guys want to come out. What are they looking forward to? And like I said, it's not just a national rally. We're talking about the rally itself and what you guys can give back to the spectator to say, look here, come through, enjoy yourself, and just have a joy.
I think it's ultimately, I mean, there's a few ways I can put it. So let's say you want to be a aspiring guy to compete in rallies and stuff. You can come out there, spend the time in the service area, so see what it's all about. You can learn things, look at what the guys are doing on the cars. I mean, if I look at myself, I started as I always say the best way, and I mean we're always looking for more control officials. So I started out back in the 80s as I've done marshalling myself and Theo. So and both Tyler and Terry started out in marshal. So I always say, come see what it's at in rallying, come into the service areas. But if you really want to get involved in rallying, come marshal. We're always looking for marshals. And if you look at it, we all basically marshal first. We saw then what how the timing works, when the navigator must clock in, when he must clock out at the start. And we actually got to know how the timing works. So we had the upper hand, and then we obviously got to know all the players in the rallying, because you're meeting them now at the start and you're meeting all the navigators. Now you get the connections. I mean, back in the day we had Surge and JP and stuff like that. We needed to get rally tires. Rally tires is expensive. So we now got to know them as marshals. Hey, now we start rallying. Hey, Surge, can you sell us your second rally tires? I mean, so it's getting connections, getting to know the people, then getting to know how your timing works. Now you come out into the service area, you see what the servicing is, you see what the requirements of a service. You need to have a service vehicle, you need a service crew, you need a ground sheet, you need your fire extinguisher, you need your spare tires, you need your fuel cans. There's a lot of those type of things that you don't think about. You know, everyone just thinks, hey, I need a car to come rally. It doesn't. You need your car, you need your navigator, you need your service van, you need your spares. So ultimately, you're gonna it depends what you want to come. You come in to look, or you come in to see. If you want to get to actually aspire to rally, so you come in to see what it's all about. You come in. I mean, for myself, I like to spectate, but I like to spend time in the service area. I mean, I look at when I built that car. I mean, 30 years ago. I mean, those times were still physical photos. No one was just taking your cell phone. I mean, I got a stack of photos, taking photos from Jan Habik's car and building that car. So it's dealing with the eye, small little stuff like mud scrapers in the back. Small little things on my safety belts that I've seen when I went out to the rally raid in May. Basically, you're always having to see where's your safety belt. So they use basically this elastic stuff to actually keep the belts back. So so the belts are kept back, and the same with these belts that were hanging in the air. So basically, your belts is never under you; it's always here. And then the belt is here. You just pull it down. So small little things 100%. Like that, you're stealing with the eye. And the only way you can actually see that is if you actually come out to watch rally. Come spectate. See how now you want to get to rally. You see how a guy takes a corner. He's Scandinavian flicking. All those type of things you watch. And you get to speak to us, and we're always there to obviously give you the advice or basically just give the knowledge that we have. I love questions. You know? So the guys come out and they ask questions, but you need to be in it. You need to be in it to obviously get involved in the sport.
100%. And obviously, you know, sometimes when the guys come to you, they always think it's a stupid question. But I always tell the guys is that, you know, there's no such thing as a stupid question. So that stupid question that you think you're asking might be a relative question to somebody else, but you're too scared to ask. Don't be scared to ask. If it's stupid to you, just moenie worry nie, vra net, want they will correct it. As jy lag met jou, dan sal hulle jou regel. Like Dave, he's one of those guys. Buddy Robertson asked, why is Dane sitting behind the camera? Because he's naughty, and that's why that's naughty camera for him. So there we go.
100%. Yeah, he's his second cousin. He's sitting right in front of
him. Big up to Tyler and the family all the years in rallying. There we go. That's Lee's buddy. It's out there. We have Jesse Miller also watching as well. So, any last word from you as a newbie in the scene, in navigating? Would you aspire to be driving one day, or would you be content to where you are now?
I mean, I would only be able to know after I do my first travel event.
Okay.
Navigating part is for me.
If you do job together,
I would rather want to be in control.
Okay, I get you.
Are you hoping Pops will give you the keys to the rally car?
No, not necessarily. One step
but we do baby steps first and see how we go from there. 100%. Because like you say, don't think tar is different from gravel, because you slide a lot in gravel, where tar is quicker again, because you know the pace you're doing as well. From your side, any last words? I was going to get your dad in as well, and other gentlemen there as well for their last words as well.
For me, my last words: come through, come and spectate, come and have fun, and come and watch us play in the dirt.
Yeah, and the cool part was that we have the seasoned drivers as well, ladies and gentlemen. We have the drivers' ages. You are 23. Trevor is 24 years old. So the age gap of the drivers out there is it's not big. There is everybody's competitive. It doesn't matter if you 25 or 26, whatever. The guys out there, and if you feel like I can't speak to an older gentleman or seasoned gentleman, I would rather want to speak to a younger guy that age in my age. They have him. They're there. He's there. Come out, chat to them, and see what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. First and foremost, I want to say thank you. I want to wish you good luck over the weekend for both of you guys. Bring it home in one piece. And you're doing one day or 2 days?
We're just doing the Saturday.
You're doing the Saturday. So bring it home, safely, because it's the Ota's past. And and have fun and enjoy yourself, guys. I really, really appreciate the time. Thank you very much. I just want to get your dad and the other gentleman there in here quickly as well before we go off. because that is the one that's putting you on the map here.
Yeah.
Good evening, sir. And you are?
Theo.
Theo. And you are? Terry. Here we go. There's been Theo and Terry as well. So Theo is the father of Tyler. There we go.
Likewise, Terry.
I'm the brother.
Not
the father.
Brother. So with your son being it, I mean, you did rally yourself for how many years?
Okay. Maybe I must start right at the beginning.
We're gonna sit all there.
As Trevor said earlier, we were involved with marshalling since the 80s. So that's how long I know Trevor.
We don't say the years and stuff like that. We're still young. Yeah.
So the wife and I, we started marshalling in somewhere 83, 84, thereabouts. I can't remember what year it was. We started marshalling, and over the years, we sort of grew in the club, and I became chief marshal on these nationals.
Yes.
You know, those years we used to run 2 nationals in the Cape.
Okay.
In the same year, one in March or April.
Okay.
And then one in September.
Okay. Awesome.
And I used to do the chief marshalling for that. So it's a lot of work to do that.
And you know, and when Trevor also mentioned that, you know, you talk marshalling and stuff, and this goes for any sport as well. If you want to be a part of, I mean, most of us want to drive. That is maybe we don't see what goes on behind of a marshal. I'm probably 90% sure they don't know the flags because they are focused to driving. They don't know how the sport works. First of all, being a marshal teach you a lot of safety. First of all, because you can see, hey, that player is losing it, or hey, that person. As a marshal, you gain all that experience, and he mentioned that earlier. That all the experience he gained made it easier for his driving, but it helped him with his driving.
So we progressed, and then eventually we left the marshalling club, and I became the route marker.
Okay.
And I did practically 99% of the events.
That's liquor.
Western Cape.
That's
We
awesome.
even went
That's awesome.
as far as
Namibia.
to go and
That's really
mark
cool.
and
So,
even marshal there as well.
But you drove rally as well.
When I retired in 2018, so I'm giving away a bit of money.
We're not going to do calculation.
We sold all Tyler's karting equipment and we bought a rally car.
Yes.
And we've been rallying since then.
Okay.
We prepared our car.
That's awesome.
I did about 2, maybe 3 events.
Okay.
Why?
Because they then wanted to take over, which they have.
They've been doing now.
That is still paying.
That's it.
I'm trying to get them to pay for themselves now, but it's a bit difficult.
Soon.
Yeah.
We're working on it.
But it was just, you know,
It's a love for a sport that been. I mean, like if you take from the 80s and stuff, where we had started from here until where it is now. So there's a good heritage and love for a sport that you actually have, and you're enjoying it now with your sons doing it as well. What do you drive?
I drive the exact same car.
I think that's best.
But
Are you competing over this weekend?
no. I'm actually team boss.
Okay. The chief.
we share the same car.
So we all share the same car. Yeah. It's
Okay, but Tyler.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just that Tyler.
As a family thing,
It's just that Tyler is a bit slower than what I am.
Where's Tyler? Tyler?
No, he knows. He
Okay.
knows. So we decided that we're gonna prep the car for him, let him do the event.
Okay.
Let Jaden get some experience, so that when I do drive again, Jaden can navigate for me and hopefully don't get his pants.
Okay, cool. Guys, we are at Agent Girls. We speak about the National Rally coming up over the weekend. We had some awesome guests this evening with Trevor, Dane, and Theo, and Roswell, and Tyler. But for me, it's really awesome to see a bunch of guys that are thoroughly enthusiastic about what they do. First of all, the cars. It's like we always say, we grow up with cars. As we grew up with cars as babies, and we still play with them at the age of a good age.
24.
Yeah, 24. 25, 20. To have that ambition to do a sport at this age and still competing at the level where we are, not just there to add numbers up, but we're competing for position as well. For me, I think it's really, really awesome to see the hunger for the sport that you guys have. First of all, not just making up the numbers, you are out there to compete, to win, and also to strive to better yourself in a sense by putting that in that way as well. So guys, once again, Trevor, you said the last words and stuff like that. Necessarily, I was going to say to you guys, best of luck for Saturday, Friday, whatever day you guys are driving as well. Theo, for you, obviously the crew, for Tyler as well. Good luck to you guys there. Bring it home in one piece. We don't have to talk nicely to Tyler to bring it in my seat.
He better. He better.
As soon as I have to so it's right.
No, the last national he did, I navigated for him and it lasted all of 3/4 of a stage until the thermostat said, I'm
okay.
staying
It wasn't
close.
his fault. It wasn't his fault. It's my fault. So yeah, guys, I want to say thank you very much. Any also from you, Theo?
I just also want to mention that when you do come out there and you see with Priya on a car,
Yes.
we support the autism awareness.
Here we go. Yes.
And we've got Terry's son is on the autism spectrum.
Okay.
So when we got the car, we decided to do
Branded.
autism
Okay,
awareness
that's
branding
awesome.
on the car.
That's really cool. So what I can do, and obviously I'm going to exchange numbers with you guys as well, is that we at Racing for Change also do the same thing. We do workshops and stuff with kids, disadvantaged kids, and SR4A as well. I would love to work with you guys when it comes with kind of to autism and stuff, because I really believe that motorsport, with all that we have and that we can give back to our communities and our children with disabilities, that will also make them aware of what it's all about.
Yeah.
We all strive to do better. And for those, any kid with autism, we know how it works, we know what it is all about, but we just try to make the awareness more out there so that people understand what it's all about as well.
We did that once at
Glenbridge.
at Connors School, Glenbridge.
Glenbridge special needs.
And we ran a little bit of a raffle.
Yes.
People just had to put their name
Yes.
down, and whoever's name was then drawn out of that
Yes.
hat, that kid got a ride in the car, even though it was
That's
just in the
100%.
road there. We know
Exactly.
that many of the kids on the autism spectrum, they don't like noise.
Yeah.
But you had to see those kids.
Brilliant.
I think Terry had to do 2 runs that day because we took
3
another
runs.
kid,
Yeah.
3 runs.
Yeah.
Because we took more kids.
Yes.
And of course
And
they
that's
loved it. So
100%. And like we say, these awesome vehicles that we have, it was God given to us to do good with it as well. Although we use it for our sport and stuff a lot, but I still believe any kid out there, with all these games they see, they can see it and they do whatever they think, but the feeling touch is a different feeling that they have to see it touching, sitting in there. That changes everything for a kid out there, because I was a kid and I love cars, still love cars, still want to touch them, still want to see what makes them tick, what's everything. And obviously with the kids out there, autism, it's an awesome initiative that you guys have, and I pick up to you guys as well for doing it. But like I said, with the Racing for Change and SR4A and Ultimate DDX, I'll definitely get in contact with you guys so we can actually do something together one day, and we can actually put something together to get some to kids, or we can go to them and support for autism as
By
well.
all means, we're open to doing that.
Any last words, Trevor? I know.
Just make sure I see you guys out there on the rallies. Come ask the questions. I'm going to be there. See you in the service. And yeah, listen to the marshals. Part of our service team will actually be the marshals at the spectator point. Clinton and Craig, the guys will be out there blowing the whistle and hogging the horns. So just listen to them and stay out of the fast corners, not on the outside of the fast corner. But just enjoy the spectating. Yeah. Enjoy the spectating. Come into the service area. Come visit the agent's garage. We will be there. Look out for our gazebo, the agent's garage, and come ask the questions. Basically, go out and enjoy the day. That's all, and keep it safe.
Here we go.
Thanks, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in. To all the guys that tuned in, all the comments and stuff like that, really appreciate you guys. Thank you very much for the interaction, the messages, and the follow. Don't forget to like and follow the page as well. Tomorrow night we'll have something special for you guys out and on tomorrow's night show. Tonight's show was supposed to be the spinning edition of on a Tuesday night, but we swapped it around with the Wednesday night because these guys are busy prepping and they couldn't make it for tomorrow night. So that's why we just moved the shows a little bit around. So tomorrow night we'll try to get out somebody out there in the spinning area, fraternity, and let us touch about the crazy sport that's evolving so awesomely. And obviously we had the big Red Bull Shiamoto event happened over the weekend, but also we have some awesome youngsters in the scene as well. We have 8-year-old Roddy and Tariq, the 19-year-olds. We have Connor out at the hills, Sean February son Connor, that is actually getting to drive at the Gas Motor Show happening in June 11 to 13th of June. He will be out there to hone his skills as well. What's an awesome experience is for Connor at 10 years old in the spinning fraternity to go out and showcase what the guys at the hills do, because the guys at the hills, they basically, I mean, they're prepping them from young, and these guys are good, ladies and gentlemen. If you find the time and you have something to do, go out to the hills, go see these youngsters. And I think Johnny Scaffer's son as well, he's 8 years old. Don't watch how we drive, go see what they did to the pedals of the car. Then you'll understand how cool it is. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to stop this right there. So from me and my Daniels and the gents at Agent Garage and all the guests for the evening, I want to say thank you very much to you guys. Best of luck over the weekend. And good luck to you guys. See you guys tomorrow night. And today, yeah, he's a naughty corner. Cheers, guys.
Bye, everyone.